Today I'm servicing my wife's rear end. More importantly, I'm removing her stock license plate mount so it doesn't have this big bulk here, and yeah, it's in the garage. Like I said, I'm going to be doing the tail tidy on my wife. On my wife's bike, I mean. And yeah, so that requires removing the stock one and then replacing it with this license plate mount, which integrates the stock license plate light, at least hopefully it fits, and the blinkers, and then it just bolts directly in with some included hardware. And let's get to it. I'm going to remove the stock tail tidy first. First thing you need to do is take your key, put it into your trunk keyhole, open it up, however, oh yeah, it's not my bike, okay? So then you could take the passenger seat off, and then inside here you have the goods, which you can't see anything. Okay, so now that we're in here, first thing I'm going to do is figure out these wires. This top wire is the actual tail light slash brake light. I'm going to leave that alone. And then these three groupings of wires are going to be your two blinkers and the license plate light. And they have their own little connectors inside of here, which I'm going to disconnect, but you're not going to be able to see because my hand's going to be all in there. Maybe I can do it with a tiny screwdriver. Tiny screwdriver and a little connector clip. And pry it up a little. And you should be able to, yeah, there we go. Pull out one. And they are color coded. Gray goes to gray, so whatever that side is, I think it's the left side blinker, and then the black one is the other side. There we go, those two wires, and then license plate light, or what I expect to be the license plate light. Oh man, that's way down in there. She deep. Okay, so I got this guy out. You just kind of get your thumb on there and push it with your finger. It comes out pretty easy, but you have to really get your hand in there. Alright, so now that those are disconnected, I have these 4 bolts to remove. They are a 5mm. One more bolt. So as this last bolt's coming out, I want to hold the fender, stock fender, just so it doesn't yank these wires out of there. I think this whole grommet kind of comes out. That's what I'm going to do anyway. It'll be easier to pull everything through once this grommet is not on the bike. Okay, there we go. Now we can go over here. Okay, so this is actually a split grommet, so now that I got it out, you can get the wires out of it, but we'll need that for later. Gotta feed these wires out of there. To take this apart more, I need to get a wrench or a socket on here, and then use a Allen on the other side. Wrench, way too long, there. then loosening the fastener on the other side. Damn, these are fucking tight. Holy shit. I guess they don't want them to rattle loose, but put a little Loctite on it. So this metal bracket should kind of pop out of here. Oh, stuck in these metal grommets here. There we go. Metal grommets. The rubber grommets and metal sleeves. These little things. Okay, so that finally pulls out of there. There. And then now I can get to a license plate light, which I need a Phillips head screwdriver. So use the longest possible screwdriver you have, because you need it. Save these screws especially. Right there. That's where I put them. And then we have now the license plate light, which it's not an LED. I'm very surprised, Kawasaki. Disappointed even. And then these rubber grommets as well need to be removed. It takes a little bit of force, but it will move. Probably use like a pliers or something to like push the corner in if your thumb can't handle the heat. But yeah, that's the same exact shape as the...
Hold the ups, the rubber bit.
The rubber bit. Now we just need to get the blinkers off, or directional signals. Oh, maybe a stubby screwdriver. Okay, so here's my stubby screwdriver. Yeah, it's not ideal, but it should work. Okay, it should work. Just have to put it inside there and loosen it. So to get the blinker out of there, there's this plate here that you have to basically just pop out. A screwdriver makes it easy. You just kind of pop it out of there. And then you should be able to just take your thumb and kind of just push it out of there. And then, yeah, we're done with this. So time for the new tail tidy license plate mount, whatever you want to call it. First put the, I guess the directionals in first, or as I like to call them, blinkers. Oh, okay, yeah. Take this plate out of here first, because that'll make it a lot easier to put in. That is nice and snug, as we like it. Alright, yeah, putting this plate in, I'm going to use a screwdriver to kind of help push this rubber in. There we go. That's pretty secure. And then to fully secure it, take this one of these plates and mount it on there, which it'll be easier to do the first one before we mount the other one. Secure. And then the other one, make sure to put them facing backwards. Otherwise, you're going to be doing some weird things in the road. Okay, that's secure. Done with that. Now, time for the, well, for now, put these wires through this hole because it will make it easier to mount the grommets. So you gotta get those grommets in that hole.
Have to.
Yeah, honestly. Oh, look at that. Got it. Nailed it.
It's because you have to, don't you?
Yeah, I for sure did. And the second one. It's nice when they're not all dry rotted. Usually when I do this kind of stuff, it all just falls apart. And also with, well, I don't think you can put this in the wrong way, but make sure it's facing downward. Alright. Now we can put these washers on with the screws that secure them, secure the license plate light. Alright, so now we have the rubber grommet piece. I think this is how it mounts that way, so what you want to do is grab all your wires and kind of smack them in there like that. Somewhat like that. And then kind of shove it in underneath there. Like so, I think. Well, let's go underneath and find out. Feeding the wires in from underneath and the connectors. And then go ahead and secure. Oh, is this not going to fit now? Oh no, here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and have one hand on that and one hand in my pocket. No. Okay, so I'm going to take one of the nuts and drop it on one of the studs just to hold it so it's not flopping around there. And then take this rubber grommet, like I was saying earlier, slide it around the wires. And they have to be kind of in a row as you do this. And then slide the whole thing with all the wires in it, not just two. No cheating. And then slide it in there. And it should kind of snap in there, or at least stay put.
Hopefully our motorcycle's surviving out there.
Yeah.
I didn't hear any big booms yet.
Yeah. Okay, so put all the nuts on the studs. I'm just going to wager that these are 10mm nuts. Go find a 10mm. I need to go hunt for one. I think it's long enough now. So these are in fact 10 millimeters, all of them. Okay, I think that looks good. So now I'm just plugging all the wires back in. Gray connector into gray connector. If you can see that. And then black connector into black connector. And then the last one is the license plate light, which is the hardest one to reach, all the way down in there. There. Maybe we can reach it now. Oh, finally. Okay, best move, use a pliers, lower the connector onto it, and then reach in with your fingers and kind of just...
Yep.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, moving on. So yeah, that should be good to go. Let's... Oh, alright, put that down there. Put this passenger seat on. Wherever I put that. Lock that back in. And check our work. License plate light seems to work. How to use blinkers. Left blinker, right blinker, good to go.